those assholes. All right, jabronis, we're back. Another glorious week down. First week of the new year. If you guys are doing that whole thing, new year, new me shit, we talked about it. I didn't even realize, by the way, if you listen to last year's New Year's episode where I talk about my family and our traditions and all that shit, I did go on a bit of a rant about how much I hate the holiday. And I mean, it was almost verbatim the same as this year and the issues I still have. So, if nothing else on this show, we're consistent. It also kind of plays into that whole, like, those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. I should probably go back, listen to those old holiday type episodes so I know what I'm talking about and progress it instead of repeat myself. So that's just another history lesson for you guys. Always learning here in the LPDS, always learning. Had to go to a public gym the past few days this week because of the snow. By the way, we got snow 2 times this week in the DC metro area. And you saw it on the news. Actually, it made like national news. The complete, like, utter lack of capability by the state. I think it was Virginia, actually, to clear the roads effectively enough so that people weren't, getting into traffic accidents, not traffic accidents, just getting into accidents, getting stuck in the highway. Some people were stuck for like a day plus, having to shit their pants, wishing they probably had that New Year's Eve diaper on them at that point. But regardless, that means I wasn't at work for most of the time, and I had to go to the regular public gyms, which are absolutely dog shit in Silver Spring, where I live. And I don't mind telling you where I live because nobody listens to this anyway, so there's no big deal. But the town is whatever we have here as far as like franchises, whether it comes to gyms, restaurants, malls, stores, anything. Ross, McDonald's, Gold's Gym, LA Fitness, Whataburgers, whatever. It's the worst version of that. Silver Spring has the worst version of whatever it is that you can possibly imagine. I don't know what the problem is. I can't tell you how many restaurants have opened and closed within the same quarter because they're just utter disasters. But it's the same with the gym situation. So I had to go to the gym. Now, what I really want to talk about is a positive thing, but I do want to bitch about how disgusting the gyms in this town are. I probably discussed it previously. I'm sure I bitched about it a number of times. Well, which is one of the reasons why I go to the gym at work now, because it's clean and I'm by myself and it's free. But what I did notice, though, was that the gyms were full. And I went at different times during the day. And each different instance, they were still full, loaded up. Machines were taken, squat racks taken, deadlift platforms taken up. People were in there. And I know it's very easy. This is kind of like a quick lesson for you guys. It's very easy to get frustrated because it's the beginning of the year. It's the New Year's resolutioners, those bullshit artists that are lying to themselves thinking they're going to stay in shape this year and this is going to be their year, blah, blah. And, in a month or so, most of them are going to be gone. But it wasn't frustrating. And this is what I want to push out to you guys, is to not be frustrated by this stuff. Because these are people, whether they're going to fulfill the goal, achieve it, or they're going to fail, and they're going to be gone by the end of the month. These are still people out there trying to get better. And if you learn nothing from this show, every episode, that's the big thing that we talk about with the big 3. That's how you become a better, happier, less stressed human being and can spread that out to others. So these people are just trying to get after it. So instead of being frustrated, because I know a lot of you guys exercise every day and go to the gym, and you're probably going there this month and realizing how packed it is, and it's coming every year. The gym's going to be packed, and I'm going to be pissed because I can't get my workouts in my timeline because I got to go to work and this and that and all this other bullshit that you can easily get stressed on and travel yourself, gear yourself towards the negative, focus on the negative. But asking you from the LPDS, think about the positive aspects of that. From the standpoint of wanting people to get better in their lives and to do better and to get healthier physically, mentally, emotionally, we should want to see full gyms every day, not just during this time, which we're going to see, but all the time, which is what I preach with the big three, and which is why I hate New Year's, because people use it only as that one time to do anything good and improve their lives, and then they're done with it. We want to see the good every day. That's what we're striving for. So if you see full gyms, don't huff and puff. Be happy that people are trying to get better. I only wish there was a way that we could get them to stay longer, accomplish their goal, stay farther, longer than just 1 month. Just keep coming back to the gym and feeling better about yourself. You'll get there. I hate seeing the resolutioners quit, because I know that feeling. I used to do that all the time. I'm going to start this and I'm going to get my shit together. And then you don't get your shit together. So I hope they stay. I hope it stays full. I hope it sticks around. I wish the gym model wasn't profit based only, because, they only care about the monthly subscribers and members. If they get those monthly memberships, that's what January is all about, getting people to sign up. So now they get monthly dues from these people, whether they come or not. That's all they care about. I wish they they focus more on keeping people working out. I wish there was a way, a gym out there that was actually doing that. Maybe there is. I just don't know about it, but that's what we want. So don't be frustrated. That's all I'm saying. Keep it positive. Now, while everyone was sleeping with their eyes open, I want to bring some attention to a couple quick updates. Excuse me. Anybody noticed? I don't think you have, but if you did, good on you. The guards, the jail guards, the prison guards for Jeff Epstein's cell during when he was alive before he got suicided, that case against them for their negligence and misconduct or whatever they were being charged for just got dropped recently, within the last couple of weeks during the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. Nobody said anything about it. No reason why. I still can't find a reason why it got dropped. Didn't seem to be any sort of plea deal that they took. They didn't name names or rat anybody. It just got dropped. It's gone. I have not been able to find anything on it yet either. So if you do find something on it, let me know. I find it shocking that the media is not covering this. Shocking. I also haven't seen any updates on any of the CNN producers and journalists that have been accused of sexual misconduct and assault, some of them against minors. I haven't seen any updates on that. Again, real shocker. Why would they not want to talk about this stuff? It's very important. People want to know about these predators being stopped. But silence, once again, from the media. Randy's not happy about it. Hear him barking in the background. So I wanted to bring that to your attention. Another big thing that I want to do, this is more of like a little brag, I guess you could say, and I'm sure people are going to get pissed at me for even bringing it up, because I'm going to hear it in the comments, all the politicization of the topic, but I don't care. Bring it. Recently, all the politically appointed medical professionals, all the media paid, the salaried medical professionals for all the media outlets, the representatives of the different media sources, CNN, Fox, MSN, all those medical professionals have now come out after a year and a half, and said cloth masks don't do anything. They don't work. This is an airborne, virus. If it was something different, they said, like the flu, maybe they might work a little bit. Oh, we got a little video lag here. But maybe they might work a little bit. But otherwise, I think several of these medical professionals, government appointed and salaried by the media, had said they're just glorified decoration, glorified accessories to your wardrobe now. Now, what I want to bring to your attention is not this updated guidance from these appointed professionals. It's the fact that we here, you guys in the Junction, the LPDS, have been talking about this and brought this up over a year ago on how it didn't make sense that they were pushing cloth masks as a viable option, and how it's going to protect you, and you need to wear these masks, and we need to mandate this stuff, or else you're all going to die. Your grandmothers are going to die too. Now they're coming out saying, they don't work. And not saying we were wrong. There's no accountability. In fact, they're sort of bragging almost the ego. This is Fauci, the Mr. Ego man, Buddy Love over there, who's not. Dr. Fauci hasn't been talking in the media for God knows how long. It's just his ego and his pride. He's such a pompous son of a bitch these days. I can't believe it. I used to feel bad for the guy because I thought he was just a medical professional working his ass off to try to do the right thing. And he makes mistakes, and he was just making mistakes along the way or whatever. And I felt bad because he was getting a lot of shit. He's an old man. He's got a family, whatever. But I'm starting to feel less and less bad for the guy because not only is he getting caught in lie after lie after lie, but he's not taking any sort of accountability or apologizing for his mistakes. He's doubling down on them and doing it in such a cocky, pompous manner. Like, listen, peasants, you're going to listen to me no matter what I say. And I lie for good reason. Like the way he was describing this shit with the mask was, oh, we said that because we didn't think like this and that. We had to also make sure that society was going to be able to adhere, and they weren't ready for this. And he's talking about how his lies and decision-making as a supposed medical professional and the medical aide to the president or representative to the president, that their decisions and what they were pushing out, they were doing it because they didn't think society would be ready for the truth. That's what they said. This is not me. Like, this is not opinion. This is not conjecture, pontification. None of that. This is what he said. This is what the dude on TV, the government appointed, the 30-year government appointed, quote unquote, medical professional said. He said he lied because he didn't think society would be prepared for the truth. And he had to coddle us to get there. And now I know, again, what I talked about a year and a half ago. The mask thing is not a big deal. I put it on. I have a mask all the time with me. I wear it when I work out in public, go to public areas, whatever. It's not a problem. It's a minor inconvenience, whatever. I don't need to fall on my sword for that. The point I'm trying to make, though, is that common sense prevailed, and they lied about it, and they're doubling down, and they're still talking to us like we're stupid idiots. And I want you guys to understand that. Okay? If something seems fishy, whatever it is, this just happens to be the COVID shit. If something seems fishy and doesn't pass the sniff test of common sense, something is probably up. There's something amiss. Don't just blindly follow the crowd. Ask some questions. Get some more information before you do whatever you got to do. And I'm not saying you just got to rebel. Do what we always talk about. Go back to your training. Critically analyze the situation. Find the holes and the gaps. Try to fill those info gaps. And then make your own educated decision based on all those pieces of evidence and facts and factors, if you will. This didn't pass the sniff test from day one. In fact, the CDC came out also recently within the past month saying how their study about how they said masks, cloth masks, mind you, were 70% effective against COVID. They said that was also a lie. And again, this is not just me saying, this is not tinfoil hat Libretti over here. This is what I'm reading from the CDC, their statement. They said it was wrong. The study was done incorrectly and that number wasn't even real. So again, follow the common sense. If it doesn't smell right, ask the question. Find out why it doesn't smell right. This was I thought it was a no-brainer, but because we were getting shoved down our throats that you're going to kill my grandma if you don't wear these cloth masks, it's going to save lives. Look at what the CDC said, 70% effective. And then all of a sudden, a year and a half later, they're like, yeah, we lied. You couldn't handle the truth. So we lied to you. Now we think you're more capable of handling it. No, not even an apology. Not even like a flippant, sorry about that. Nothing. They're like, we did it because you guys are idiots. And we're going to keep doing it because we think you're idiots. And we're proving them right by blindly following. So take that for what you want. Whatever you got to do. If you want to bash me in the comments and tell me how I'm wrong and that there's reasons why Dr. Fauci did this, and you got to understand, if you want to defend your guy, the groupies are always going to defend their guy. I got it. But that's all I got to say about that. That was another thing that the media has not talked about at all this past week or month or whatever, was that they purposely lied. They just changed their narrative and now expect you to follow. So I fully expect people who are, who are super pro Fauci and pro mask and stuff will now start to peer pressure others to get N95 masks and guilt trip them. Why aren't you wearing an N95? The cloth masks don't work. It's going to go down the same road. The same people are going to do the same bullshit, be assholes, get on their moral high horses, and try to make you feel bad because you're not following their way and the way of the corrupt people telling us what to think or telling us how to think and what to think and all that other bullshit. So that's that. Let's get on to more important, positive, good things here, because this is what I do. I get heated. I'm already sweating. It's 2 degrees outside, and I'm sweating in here in a sleeveless because I get angry about this shit, and I flap my gills like a big baby, and I just appreciate you listening to me. So anyway, on to the good. Step into the cage.
Okay, let's run.
All right. Today's Into the Cage segment is proudly sponsored by Rico's Sugar-Free Cinnamon Rolls. Do you love a fresh, hot, gooey cinnamon roll right out of the oven, but you're a fat shit who's already pre-diabetic and can't have any more? Well, now you can have that guilt-free treat with a Rico's Rolls. Rico uses a custom sugar-free serum to glaze over that cinnamony goodness so that you can enjoy cinnamon rolls fatter than your girlfriend without half the risk of congestive heart failure. So to get a dozen Rico rolls today, visit www.sugarfreefatso.com. Use the promo code FACIAL for 2.9% off your first dozen rolls. I think I had another sponsor about glazed donuts or glazed rolls or something. But anyway, Rico's the guy now. Do you guys even like these sponsors, by the way? I really need a real sponsor. I'm dying for one. I'm reaching out. I'm doing what I can. Nobody wants a piece of this just yet. So you're stuck with these shitty ad reads until I can find some legitimacy. So stay with me here, folks. All right, the Cage Fact announcement. It's really more like a Cage Life update. And it couldn't come at a better time for me and for the world. But on the week of Nick Cage's birthday, which is this week, I believe it was Friday, it was publicized. He made it public that he and his wife, I'm going to butcher this name, Reiko Shibata, Japanese lady, actress as well, are expecting a baby. So on the week of his 58th birthday, Nick Cage announced that they will be expecting a child. He already's got 2. He's got a 3rd on the way. Very exciting stuff. So congratulations to the Cage family. I'm excited to find out what this kid's name's going to be because it's going to be wild. And I hope that kid understands, he appreciates what he's being born into because he's in for a real treat. So congratulations to the Cage family. And happy birthday, number 58. That's incredible. That's just tremendous. So, all right. That's the Cage Fact. We'll move right on to the Junction, spin the logo up. Now, we had a little bit of an LPDS poll going on, which was sort of like a last-minute decision I made, which is probably why a lot of people didn't see it. It was on the Instagrams only. It wasn't on Facebook this time because I just fired it out in haste. So I got to be better prepared next time. So again, it's everyone, you got to learn from your mistakes. You always got to learn and grow. And nobody makes more mistakes than I do. and I have no problem admitting that. So I'll get better for you guys. Now, the poll, the LPDS poll this week was asking about the Tactical Fanny Packs. Whether you believe that guys should rock or can rock a Tactical Fanny Pack, a TFPD, TFPD, Tactical Fanny Pack Daddy. Yay or nay on the fanny pack, essentially, is what the question was. So this one, I'm going to remove my personal bias initially, and then I'll tell you my opinion at the end here because I have an opinion on it, as everybody probably should when we're talking about tactical fanny packs here. So when it comes to like the cons or what's bad or negative about the fanny pack on guys, well, first of all, it's a stupid name, a fanny pack. I don't know who picked that name. Usually, when we're talking stupid names for stuff, it's sort of like kitschy and there's like a little bit of alliteration in there, like a power pack, something that is easy to remember. Like you hear it and you're like, oh, power pack. I want that. I want a power pack. And it's catchy. And see, Randy wants the power pack. And that's what you want to pick is, something like that. It's more appealing that way. But they went with Fanny, and I didn't do a lot of history digging up on the origins of the fanny pack or the name. I probably should have. If I do, I'll either post a follow-up video or I'll post about it on Facebook and Instagram, just some historical information on the pack history. But a fanny is like a shitty name to call somebody's ass, like your fanny, like somebody, like a Midwest bumpkin would use the word fanny instead of saying ass or even butt or hiney. They would just, oh, my fanny, like something stupid like that. So that's what I don't understand is if you want to set the thing up for success, you usually got to have a name that does that. It helps, that sets you up. There's a lot of things out there that sound awesome because they have good names. They're actually dog shit products, but they sound great. And you're like, oh shit, I want some of that. But a fanny pack is very unappealing sounding. And it already sets the stage. It already throws out this sort of weird, strange stigma of like, you're going to put a bag on your fanny, on your fat fucking fanny. Sorry, T. Damn it. Don't get it. Anyway, if you have better names, maybe I should do that. I should have done that. Damn it. If you have a better name for the TFP, let me know. Put it in the comments on the Instagram post or the YouTube, whatever. Let me know if you got better names. I like TFP because it's tactical. The fanny pack is still in it. What else can it be? I don't know. Hand pack, tactical hand pack. It's not really a hand pack though, because it's around your waist. TWP, tactical waist pack. I don't know. Tactical is the only. I got to keep that in there because it makes me feel better about it. But fanny pack right off the bat, bad name, stupid name. Looks wise, it kind of looks stupid sometimes or ridiculous compared to other people not wearing it. At least that's the criticism you get from most of the anti-packers. If you're an anti-packite, you're not liking the way it looks, and you're going to tell people you look stupid, you look ridiculous, you look like an idiot. And that's a lot of the shit I hear all the time from people is you look like an idiot with that pack on. And then what do they do? They follow it up with saying the name of it in that like condescending, bullyish type of thing. Like, you look stupid in that little fanny pack. How's your fanny pack? Like you know how you do that when you're bullying somebody, or if you did back in the day, or if you got bullied. You know that tactic. You talk down. That's how you like downplay something, by changing the tone or how you pronounce it. And it's a real power move because you're still technically only saying fanny pack. You're calling it what it is. So if somebody calls you out for it, you can just say, oh, well, sorry, teacher, I was just calling it a fanny pack. That's what it's called. So I was saying that. But the way you say it really just adds that little dig. It's a real weaselly move that people do. And that's what they do is like, you look ridiculous in your little fanny pack. And you hear that all the time. And that drops your confidence down. And then you get self-conscious about it, insecure. You don't want to wear it anymore. And now you've just been bullied, essentially. And we see that a lot lately with other stuff like the mask shit we were talking about. And that's a big thing that happens in the pack community is that you get that sort of level of bully treatment, if you will. Another negative thing is that the concept of a man having this bag to carry their stuff is very effeminate. And it's not really manly as far as like reputation and how society portrays it. And that's an ego hit. That's a pride hit. That's a confidence killer a little bit when you got men and women making fun of you for wearing this girly looking thing, which is funny to me because I think there's a lot of girls that are way tougher than me. No doubt about it. So when I hear them, like people call me girly, I'm just like, well, this bitch is tougher than me. I'm going to associate what you're saying with her. So I guess I'm like, that's what I have to do with the mental gymnastics to make myself feel better sometimes is when someone calls me girly for wearing the pack, you know, you just do that. Like, oh, well, she's a tough ass girl. So if she's girly too, then I'm okay being girly. You know, you got to do that sometimes. You got to turn the negative to positive. Again, we'll revert back to your training. This is what we talk about all the time here on the LPDS. So you're welcome. Another thing is that this is more of like a logic-based rebuttal or pushback on the pack situation, is that it's really just a glorified purse. And if you know anything about purses, you know the majority of the shit in there is completely unnecessary. It's garbage. You don't need any of it. And you're just wasting time. You're just wasting effort carrying crap you don't need. And that's a more of a logic-based argument because now it comes from like a function pushback as opposed to like how it looks or how it makes you feel wearing a fanny pack. It's like, oh, what do you need all that crap for? Why are you carrying a purse? The purse portion goes back to the effeminate, not manly, that bully tactic. Oh, you look like a girl with a purse. It's a glorified purse. But then they push, they double down with you don't need all that shit. Why do you need to carry a pack? You got a phone and a wallet and you're good to go. As a man, you don't need any of that shit. Now, one more thing I forgot. I just checked my notes. Stupid Libretti. This is actually a thing that I've dealt with, and it connects to the others. And hear me out. When you go through security to anything, airport, a sporting event, a comedy event, show, any sort of venue that has security, where you go through the detectors and such, you have to get your bag checked. You have to get your pack checked, just like a backpack or a purse or anything else. And that connects back to everything I just mentioned before on the negative side, essentially, is that you're now in the same group as girls, women carrying purses and to get their stupid little purses checked. Most other guys are just walking through security, no problem. You're in a pile of women as the only guy carrying this glorified purse to get checked through security. And that hits your confidence and pride a little bit. You feel insecure and you start to believe that, oh, this is effeminate and I shouldn't be carrying this around because I don't look as tough. All these other guys are going right through security, this and that. And it hurts a little bit. So I've been there, and that's another sort of negative aspect. That's really one of the more tangible, or I guess you can say more experienced ones, is you physically have to get your bag checked. It's unavoidable when you go through security stuff like that. So it's easy to get emotionally affected in a negative way when that happens because you see your surroundings and you get put in that weird environment, that weird situation. But anyway, the pros of the pack pros for the people who are pro pack, this is a big one for me, actually. This is actually vital for me. And the first reason why I personally chose to switch to the pack a long time ago, mind you. This is not a recent thing. I've been packing for years. It allows you to carry the stuff that you would otherwise carry in your pants pockets into the pack now. And if anybody knows or seen me before knows that I have thunder thighs and a fat Italian Guido ass from all the meatball subs and the chicken parms and the gabagools and the how you doings, that putting anything in my pockets, I can't find pants that fit all the time. It's usually I have to get pants that are too big in the waist because they fit in the leg and the ass, or I have to just get pants that are too tight on me. I look like I painted all my pants on. And I can't fit shit in my pockets. The wallet, I had to get a smaller wallet. I went with the Ridge wallet, which is another tactical wallet, front pocket carry, by the way. My phone barely fits, and if I put that shit in my pocket, I can't really sit down at all unless I have those stretchy spandex type of pants. So knowing now I have an option, I can pack it. I can pack that shit in the TFP. It's an absolute game changer. I can sit, I can squat, I can jump up and down, I can do the splits, no problem now. That was a big thing. Another crucial pro for me personally is that I can carry additional important things, crucial items in the pack now. And I'm not talking about like stuff that's not really crucial and bullshit, and you're just making it up to fill it like a purse or whatever, like mascara and bullshit and tissues and all that other crap. I'm talking about real shit, like a knife to protect myself if I'm in a dangerous area or if I'm on a subway late at night. A pen, because if you learn nothing in the military these days, especially on the officer side where we're all soft, the most important thing you can have is something to write with and something to write on. And it's tough to carry that shit in a pocket when you can't even fit your Ridge wallet in there because of your fat ass and thighs. So now I can carry it in the pack. A lighter, in case I want to bum a heater from somebody, a Marlboro or a Newport. Or another thing for the single guys who are still hitting the bars on a regular basis. Chicks dig it when they're outside trying to have a smoke. They don't have a lighter. You're right there for them. Here you go, babe. Danny Zuko style. Randy gets it. I don't know if you guys can hear the barking. It's annoying. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. But anyway, you could carry the lighter in there. So you got protection. You got something to write down phone numbers and emergency instructions on. You could put all your other pants pocket items in there. You got the lighter for yourself or for the babes. And girls, guys like it too. If a guy asks you for a lighter and you got one, that's a big plus because it usually means you're smoking as well. Not a lot of people carry lighters for no reason because they don't smoke. So that's something you guys have in common. You start a conversation over a cigarette. The next thing you know, you're in the back alley necking, doing feelage. So another big thing there. A fan input on a pro is that you're always ready. Now with the fan, the input was from Sewage Phil, the wet cat, saying he always feels safe knowing that one of his brothers that he's hanging out with is always ready and prepared for anything because he knows he's got whatever he needs in that pack. And on the individual side, you feel that as well. You feel more ready. Like, hey, whatever is going to happen to me on my night out in public, I'm ready for it. Whether it's danger or an opportunity to start a conversation with somebody, anything. Write down an important detail that maybe your phone died. You need to write down a phone number to hit the pay phone. Whatever it is, you're ready for it. You can hold penis sleeves in there. I don't because I'm not doing I'm not there doing random sex to strangers like that. But if you are into that sort of thing, you got the sleeves ready. It's not going to be in your wallet, getting rubbed up and dried out and holes poked into it. You can have it in the pack now. Fit it right there, tuck it in. For all you bastard cloth mask wearers like myself who've been doing it wrong this whole time and we're going to get shunned eventually in the next couple weeks to months, put that in the pack as well, which is important to me too because I could put it in a clean pocket in the pack and I don't have to worry about like the mask sticking out of my ass pocket and then getting dirty if I'm sitting down somewhere where I don't need a mask and now it's getting dirty or whatever. I can tuck it away in a clean, protected pocket so that when I do need it, it's ready to rock and roll. It's clean and it's right there on the hip. Hip pack, maybe a tactical hip pack, a THP. Maybe that's it. Tactical hip holster. I don't know. We'll get there with the name. We gotta change the name. TFP for now, though. Another thing it does, and this is really for the ladies here, so take note of this. When you see a guy in a pack, rocking a pack, that is, you know he's comfortable with his sexuality. Because you know he's getting ragged on by his boys that he's hanging out with. He's getting ragged on by all his friends. They're shit-talking him. His family's probably shit-talking him. And that dude is out there still rocking the fanny pack without a care in the world. And that comfortability, knowing that guy is comfortable in his sexuality is, I know that's attractive to you folks. I'm telling you it is. Because it is for me. Like when I see a girl who is clearly comfortable in her sexuality, doing whatever, wearing something out of the ordinary, not following a trend, doing whatever, that's incredibly attractive. So ladies, take note. Take out your notepad from your fanny pack or your purse and take note that if you see a dude rocking a TFP, he's confident. He's got that comfortability about him, that air about him that's going to get you where you need to go potentially. So always consider that. And then on the personal side, like an individual side, I should say, is you have that confidence now. It shows that you're confident in yourself, that you're ready for anything. You don't care what other people think. You're going to do what you want and what makes you happy and comfortable. And that boosts your confidence levels up to the point where now other people notice it. And when you're feeling confident about yourself, that kind of plays into what we talk about with the big three, with your emotional mental health. It helps you improve mentally, emotionally. It's all part, everything is connected, folks. Everything is connected, right, Randall? If you're in YouTube land, you see Randy, the first dog, coming in hot to join up and get some airtime. But went through the poll. I believe, let me look at the numbers here. 56% voted yay for the fanny pack. Yep, they're cool with guys rocking fanny packs. 44% said nay, which is close, very close, which is expected. The initial problem I had with this was, if you remember in the Instagram stories, I asked if you voted one way or the other, why did you give me a reason why one way or the other? Whatever you chose, tell me why. We want to hear that feedback. That is the stuff I want to hear from you guys. The only information I got back, the only replies I got back were from all the people who were pro-pack. None of the naysayers defended their pushback on the pack, their pack pushback. And initially I was annoying. I was like, you cowards, you fire off at the hip a little sort of shit talk jab of like, no, fanny packs are no-go, forget about it. And then you can't even throw your nuts on the table. You don't even have the balls to back it up and tell me why. But I realized something. And this is the growth mindset that we're trying to push and cultivate here in the LPDS, that mental growth and improvement, I realized that you guys were not cowards at all. In fact, the opposite. You decided to follow the big three and not be a shitty person by talking about something negative. You just gave your answer of, no, I don't like the fanny pack. And instead of deciding to take the easy route and shit talk fanny packs and why you think they're stupid or dumb or not functional or whatever your reason was, instead of doing that and trying to being a shitty person or coming off as a shitty person, you took the high road. You sat back, you assessed the situation, you analyzed it. Randy, stop moving the camera. This is important. Come here. And you realize that I'm not going to do that. I'm going to follow the big three. It's been shoved down my throat every week for a year now, and I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to step back and not be the shitty person. And I greatly appreciate that. I still kind of want to know if you can remove the emotion behind it and let me know why you're anti-pack. That would be great, because I love feedback, negative and positive, whatever it is. I want to hear it so I can get better for you guys. But I'm curious as to why you thought that. But I appreciate and I'm grateful that you decided not to be assholes in the comments and the responses and just opted out of it. That's a big step. Like we talk about all the time, it's a lot easier to just be the shitty person and just fire it off emotionally. So that was big time. You guys should be proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing that. I am, though, very surprised by a few of you individuals who decided to vote against the pack, especially since some of you, I'm not going to mention any names, Wet Cat's wife, have hung out with me multiple times over the past several years where I have been packed up, TFP'd up. And you hung out with me, and you didn't say a damn word about why you didn't like it. And now all of a sudden, you don't like the pack. I'm not going to call out anybody's names. I'm not going to be mad about it. I'm not holding a grudge or anything. But I am curious to know why you call me your friend and you decide to withhold that information from me. For years, I was a little bit brokenhearted. I'm not going to lie. A little bit brokenhearted. But I know you have a good reason because you're a saint. All you guys are saints. You have reasons for it. I want to hear them. Respectfully, of course. Now, for those of you in YouTube land, I did bring the pack with me to show you. This is the TFP that I carry. It's a Joe Rogan brand. I know some of you hate Joe Rogan because you think he's a sexist and he's an idiot and he takes horse dewormer. He's going to turn into a horse or whatever you want to hate on him for, whatever. Guy's the most popular podcaster in the history of podcasts, but that's fine. This is his brand, Higher Primate. This has a wallet pocket here. This is my mask pocket. Sometimes I put heaters in here if I'm getting wild. It's got the Zip Daddy on the top here for extra room to put shit. I have my Vax card. I got some gum. I have toll money, everything. Lighter. Got it all in here. Wrap it around the waist. Now, if I do have, I got to find some pictures of me in the wild. If I do have some photos of me in the wild rocking the pack, the tactical, I'll post them up here. It'll be a little like photo shoot for you guys of me. These will not be set up photos. This is not glamour shots. This is all me in the wild, just randomly out there getting my photo taken by somebody, not me, by somebody taking a picture of just me. And I happen to be packed up because I'm usually always packed up when I'm out in public these days. All my friends and family know that. But again, these are just proof that I practice what I preach. I rock the pack all the time. Not glamour shots, not professionally taken. Nobody put a tripod up and took these pictures of me. Nobody. So check those out. Let me know what you think. And that's all we got on the LPDS poll today. So thanks for your inputs. Expect more of that stuff. I love the fan interactions. Love it. I live for it. So I want to get more of it. I got to get better at being more aggressive to solicit that for, information from you guys. So thank you again. Before we go, though, real quick, and we've been kind of dancing around it all day, but the big three, we got to talk about it. And for new listeners, or for you guys who are pushing out or reviewing this or telling your friends about the show, whether you like it or not, whether you hate the show or not, is what I'm saying. Please push this message out to people. I think this is the most important thing that comes out of this show on a weekly basis. I enjoy doing all this stuff. Obviously, it's super entertaining, and I love being a silly asshole sometimes. But this stuff is important. This is why I do it every week. And I know it sounds like a broken record, especially if you're listening to several episodes in a row, if you're trying to catch up on things and you just hear the same, the big three. Why does he keep doing it? It's because I believe it to be so important for our health and wellness and the betterment and improvement of ourselves to be happier and less stressed and better people. That's why I do it. That's why I preach it every week. And we're going to do it again right here. Number one of the big three: exercise every day. Whatever you got to do. This week, I spent my active rest days, if you would call that, shoveling snow, heavy, slushy snow. Felt great after. Felt shitty during, but it felt great after knowing that, like, even on a rest day, I got work in. What was I going to say? I started thinking about shoveling that snow. Man, on Tuesday, the plows came in with that heavy, slushy, icy shit snow, and I almost broke my fucking back. I wasn't good. I would have been out of commission. I had to bear down. I had to use the haunches down here to get that snow. Man, it was tough, but I felt so good after, especially since I got it done early in the morning, and I had the rest of the day to bitch about how tired I was. But exercising is super important, physically, mentally, emotionally, for you guys, for your improvement. Do a little exercise every day. Number two, the hardest one, we just talked about it, the most difficult one to do, is not be a shitty person. That's a short version of it. And what I mean by that, for the new folks out there, if there are any, it's knowing that there are human beings on the other side of the keyboard and the computers and the social media profiles that you're trying to shit talk and dog on, that you really know nothing about. Even if they're putting out a whole bunch of content publicly on their social media accounts and you think you have a good beat on them, you don't. They still have personal lives, personal experiences, private experiences that shaped who they are. And unless they're like a rapist or a lawbreaker or a murderer or somebody who's actually doing bad things, please understand that these are human beings before you decide to shit talk them because you disagree with their opinion. There's a lot of people out there who I would love to dog on social media because of some of the stuff that sounds so stupid to me that they put out, or like the seemingly corrupt things they say, or the hypocrisy that they push out. But I have to understand, it's the toughest thing for me to do, is that these people are people. They have families. They used to be kids. They have a reason why they became this. And we have to try to understand and empathize with that, because people are doing that to us. There are people out there shitting on us. And what is the first thing you think about after you say, "Oh, this is a shitty comment. Why are people being so mean to me? They don't know anything about me." That's the next response. They don't know anything about me. Why are they being so harsh on me? They have no idea what I have to go through each and every day. So remember how you feel before you hit send on that shitty comment, or before you decide to say something shitty to somebody in real life, which is few and far between these days, because thankfully most of us are cowards. Most of us are the text message tough guys, and we hide behind the keyboard because we know if we say any of that shit in real life, there are sometimes real world consequences. And I wish there was more of that going on these days. But number two, don't be a shitty person. Number three, most important one to me anyway, is to be genuinely thankful and grateful for all the good you already do have in your lives, whether that's people, whether that's materials, whether that experiences or life lessons or anything you learned about. Be grateful for that. And don't take it for granted, because you never know when it's going to be gone. You never know when the knowledge and the stuff you learned throughout your life is just going to be gone because you're old and you forgot it. You never know when the important people in your lives that you think annoy you with phone calls, trying to hang out all the time, you don't want to deal with them. Oh, I'll hang out with them tomorrow. I'll talk to them then. And then they're gone. You never know when that's going to happen. So be grateful for those good things in your lives. And remember that, and don't take it for granted. And if you focus your mental energy on the gratitude and the positives in your lives and understanding how awesome that is to have that stuff, your environment, your personal internal environment is going to start to shift. You couple that with the critical analysis before you decide to make a shitty comment, understanding and empathizing with people, and you couple that with exercising every day, getting those endorphins running, the chemical composition in your body changing and improving, all that together with those three simple things is going to allow you to do essentially the fourth unofficial of the big three, is to stay strong, which is what I say when we had a whole episode on why I say stay strong to everybody all the time, as a joke, seriously, all the time. It's everything connects. It all connects. If you follow the big three, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to stay strong. This is what it's all for. Again, we're here to entertain. We're here for people to laugh at my stupidity and my mistakes, and we're here to teach you guys lessons. That's what we do here at the LPDS, okay? We call out the bullshit. We share a few laughs. We teach lessons. We help people learn and grow. So take all that for what you will. Thank you again. I love you guys. I love you all. Stay strong.